Hello viewers, you're welcome to this tutorial. Now we're dealing with variables today. So what is the essence of a variable in my programming? Now what a variable does is it reduces the stress of you keeping a whole bunch of things in your head. You just have to declare one variable and that variable does all the job. So look at the previous tutorial we did. We needed this sentence, okay, hello world, and we had to write hello world throughout all the codes we needed. But if we want to use a variable, all we have to do is declare one, and upon writing the variable we assign any value we want to it. So it makes it simpler. Just imagine you have a credit card number, like all this long credit card number, and you want to use this credit card number in 20 places in your code. Okay, you might not remember this number, so it's best to assign it to a variable and maybe say credit card. All right, credit card. So anywhere you want to use this credit card number, you just have to call this credit card. All right, so a variable has two things: one, the name of the variable, and two, the value of the variable. These are the only things you just have to know about variable. The rest of them I'll explain them later. So the first thing about the variable is the name. The name is what you call the variable by, okay, and the value is what is in the variable. So anytime you call the variable, it displays it. It's like you have a dog in your house, so if you call the name of the dog, maybe the dog will bark. I just don't know that one though, but so that is how it is. The name of the variable is the name of whatever you have, and the backend, or maybe the number, is kind of the value inside the variable. So this is what we need to understand. All right, so let's just jump start into it using variables. So this is how to declare a variable or use a variable. So maybe the name of user, or let's make it username. So username, okay, and we bring an equal sign. So the equal sign means that, and you remember how we declare string. So in string, something like prince. Okay, so the username is the name of the variable. The prince is the string because we have quotations here, single quotation. So the prince is the value inside the string. So this is how Python interprets variables. It uses this equal sign and says the value at the right side of the variable is the value, which is this one, and the name at the left side of the equal sign is the variable. So anytime you write such a statement, or maybe user age, okay, user age, and you write 94 and maybe user class, and he is definitely first class. Okay, so first class. All right, so those are the things you have. So anything at the left side of the equal sign becomes the variable, and anything at the right side of the equal sign becomes the value inside the variable. So this is a label, and this is what is inside the label. I think this explains it much better. All right, so anytime you want to call the value, there is no need to type the value. You just need to call that variable. So just look at it. So we just print in username, we just print in user age, and we just print in user class. All right, so if you run this code, okay, it's ran kind of another code. So let me select the file. Okay, so this is it, prince 94 first class. So this is how to deal with variables that just give a name to any value you know you will use consistently in your code, and after giving it that name, just assign it to a variable and just use it in any point of the code. So if I want to display all of them in just one single string, I use the comma operator. So name, and I use user age, and I use user class. Okay, and I just make sure I open and close the brackets and I run. So prince 94 first class. So we'll learn more ways of manipulating in the print function. So basically this is what you need to know about a variable, and there are a few things you have to understand of a variable. You can't name a variable with a space in between them. Okay, it is an error. And you can't name a variable with plus sign and minus sign and every other thing. And you can't start with a number as well. It is inappropriate. But you can end with a number. Okay, you can do this. So what you have to do is an underscore, right? If you want your code to be readable, the reason we use underscores is because we want readability. Because if I should close this one, it will look like use rage. All right, it is so different. So we have to bring an underscore in between them to separate them. So this is best. These are kind of best practices onto how to name your variable. So use underscores in between them and bring an equal sign, and after the equal sign, bring the value you want to see inside the variable. So anywhere you call the variables, the value within them will be displayed. So let's check this out. So we have print my name is, you see, and we bring this, my name is username. Remember, this is a string, and we bring this comma operator, which helps us to integrate all this, and we bring this username. Okay, so there is no need putting this username inside quotation mark because it is a variable. It is not a string, it is a variable, but the string contains, the variable contains a string. So bring the name of your variable, and after bringing the name of the variable, don't bother yourself bringing quotation marks. No. So my name is this, print my age is user age, okay, and print my class is, alright, user class. So if you run the code, my name is Prince, my age is 94, and my class is this. So let's add something, yes, something like yes. Alright, okay, alright. Alright, so let's go. My name is Prince, my age is 94 years, my class is first class. So these are some of the things we need to understand in basic programming. The use of variables are very relevant if you know that one particular data you're receiving will be used consistently in your code. So that is when you have to use variables, and also they are necessary when you're receiving user inputs. Okay, you want to receive an input from a user and use it later in your code, so you have to declare variables or use the variables. So these are simply how to use variables. Give a name to the variable, bring an equal sign, and bring the value you want to be inside the variable. So it could be a whole name, Prince is a good guy. Okay, so just this, run it, and my name is Prince is a good guy. Alright, so this is basically what you need to know about variables. As time goes on, we'll do so much things about variables, so watch out for the next tutorial on how to receive input from the user. Now you can subscribe to the channel and ring that bell so you receive more updates. Thank you for viewing.